Hi, thanks for joining me. Thank you for being here with me. So you may have noticed that there was no video uploaded yesterday, and um, the reasons are many and none. But basically, I finally kind of identified what has been going on with me earlier today. So I thought I would share. So I've been feeling what we call in the grief community is it's actually a Portuguese term, and there's no exact translation for it. It's called saudade, and it's a feeling of longing, melancholy, nostalgia, for someone or something that can never be again. So it can apply to anything, really. It can apply to any kind of loss or any kind of transition or change. And I know for me personally, I've been feeling it just really heavily, especially because not only did I move to a different city, but I also sold the home it was my mom's house. Essentially, it was really my mom's house. Clearing it out and kind of expunging a lot of the stuck energy that was trapped there. And also, my most of my life is in storage right now. Actually, almost all of it is in storage. I have, very few things here with me. And so I've been feeling this longing for situations and for relationships that can never be the same again. I really miss, there's a couple of my friends that I'm just really, really missing. I got to speak to one of them today. Rebecca is her name. And it's funny, there's always been a depth to our connection, but it wasn't until I was about to get everything ready for the estate sale that we really became closer. And she was absolutely a godsend. I mean, there's no way that I would have gotten through that without her. There's absolutely no way. And the same could be said for my friend Selena, who I'm also really missing a lot. It's weird because proximity really does make a difference. I have friends who have moved away, and it's harder to, it's just more challenging to stay connected, even in this day and age. Even when we are so close. We're just FaceTime. Well, if you have Apple, which I don't, we're just FaceTime or whatever, phone call away. But there's also, there are other things too. Like, I used to see my dad once a week. And I looked back in the phone records and realized, like, we haven't talked since January 2nd. Today's the 23rd. That's kind of crazy. Neither one of us really like talking on the phone. But it's things like this that make me question, like, God, did I do the right thing? Like, I was going to stay in Dallas, but I just hate it there so much. I mean, I just hate it. It has never felt like home to me, even though I was born and raised there. So, and naturally, all of this has sort of stirred up memories of growing up and memories of my mom and my sister. And I mean, I miss them every day. I genuinely miss them every single day. And, but I can never have that again. I can never have that nuclear family unit that we used to have. It's gone forever, and it has been gone forever for some time. It's just that these things, they kind of circle back around, and sometimes it just feels heavy. So that's something that's kind of been weighing on me. But right now, since I'm literally staying at a friend's house, essentially I'm homeless. I am someone for whom my environment is extremely important. My environment, my home is a direct reflection of me and of my mental health. And so the less of me that is out and visible to others and to myself, the less rooted and grounded I naturally feel. So that's I've been feeling kind of this listlessness and kind of just lost and wandering, and I've been feeling kind of nomadic without really a home base. And some people, I'm thinking of a good friend of mine who she travels most of the year. Some people really just thrive in a nomadic situation. I am not one of those people. I am a nester. I need to nest. I need to have all of my stuff and my life all around me to just, it does serve as a way of grounding me, and a way of just rooting me and reminding me of, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is where I come from, this is where I'm going. And so I haven't had that, and I'm finding myself feeling pretty lost, because it's like I have, and granted, this is a great problem to have, okay? So privileged, so incredibly privileged, okay? I get that. I admit it, I know it, okay? And I still have to acknowledge what I feel, because what I feel still matters. And so, there you have it. So I've been, contemplating, I technically have all this freedom. Like, I could literally go anywhere after I get back from Bali. Where am I going to go? I've been talking with my friend Emily, she just moved here to Austin, and she's talking about buying a house. And, I'm like, well, that would be really great to actually rent from her, so we're kind of talking about that. And I'm like, but then I think about how much I've been feeling crummy over the last couple weeks because of the mountain cedar and other severe allergens that are in Austin. And I've been miserable, honestly. Like, I've just felt, it's been tough, and part of that is probably just that my system is getting adjusted to a different climate and a different locale. And part of that is that there are just a huge number of environmental allergens in Austin, and they're all nature based. There's a lot, they're just like, you just walk out the front door and there's nature everywhere. It's not like Dallas in that it's like the concrete jungle. It's very, there are trees and all kinds of vegetation everywhere. But so I'm like, well, is Austin really the place for me long term, or is it just for right now? Also the heat, it's unbearable. It's absolutely unbearable, and it's so much worse here than it is, 200 miles north in Dallas. So, so I have a lot of things to sort out and a lot of things to think through. And I also finally got COBRA information from the job that I left on October 30th. of 2019. Thank you very much. And so I have actually, because the forwarding took so long to actually make its way to me. Also, they were very late in sending it. They were literally 2.5 weeks late sending the COBRA information. So that, on top of, the fact that that it had to be then forwarded to me, it took. I literally just got it a few days ago, and I have a very short deadline because I leave town for a month in 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. And so I have to get, if I'm going to do the COBRA sign up so that I have insurance, then I have to figure that out and pay for it and everything within the next 2 weeks. And it's like, okay, well, it's just all these things that I need to figure out and get done. And they all require on point executive functioning. And I just haven't had a lot of executive functioning capabilities here in the past week. So, but now at least I understand why. It's because I've been carrying all of this stuff inside of me of feeling displaced and feeling like I don't have a home base, and just feeling like, well, where am I going to go and what am I going to do? And also running extremely low, dangerously scary low on money, to the point where I actually listed my car for sale, because I'm like, well, if it's meant to be that my car is sold, then that is what's going to happen, and I'll go with it. But then I'll be without a car. Granted, Austin is not a terrible city to be in without a car. So there's that. So anyway, I've just had too much on my mind, honestly. And so I was able to kind of process through some of that and kind of articulate it and actually release some of that today. And but anyway, I just wanted to bring up that Portuguese term of saudade, because there is no real English translation for it, and it's just such a perfect, poignant term. When you look back on your life and you think of situations and people and moments of your life where everything was just clicking, everything just kind of fell into place, and knowing that every single thing that I've been through, everything, the good, bad, and ugly, has led me to this exact place. So I'm grateful for all of it. And I wish that I could have some of those moments back and have some of those experiences back. I wish I could literally relive them. And, just that knowing that can never happen. And it's, it's okay. I mean, that's life, So anyway, I just wonder if any of you have felt that feeling of just this, it's an ache, really, it's an ache that you feel reaching, kind of like you wish you could reach for these moments, these instances in your life where you had this connection with someone that you love, when you were in the middle of a situation that was just so deeply nourishing for you. It's like, oh, I just wish I could be there again, And also that juxtaposition of knowing that you can never be there again, and even if you were able to be there again, would it actually be the same? Because you're a different person now than you were in that actual moment, Anyway, that's the concept. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that, because that's definitely what I've been feeling and what I've been experiencing. And so I've just been kind of all over the map emotionally because of that. And also recognizing that, like I said a few minutes ago, first world Hashtag first world problems. I know that I'm extremely privileged to have problems like this. I know that. So, part of me is just like, just shut up and, just be grateful, for everything. And I feel like that's actually a critical point, that, being grateful for everything is really, really important. And I don't want to dismiss the underbelly. I don't want to dismiss, all of that stuff that's been moving around. So anyway, I think that, that basically what I'm saying is that, I can find, I think it's just a matter of finding the balance between appreciating what I have and being genuinely grateful for what I have and where I am in this moment, because it's a really good place to be. And also recognizing that a lot of the stuff that I've been through that has, laid the foundation for me to be in this spot, like, there are things that I can never have again, or moments that I can never relive again. So, except in my mind's eye. So, and I also know that wherever I end up and whatever ends up happening, it's all going to work out. I know that. I genuinely know that. I genuinely feel it. And I hope that you feel that in your life as well. If you don't, then you can have some of my hope, because I have some to spare. So, that's really it. I feel like I've talked long enough for one video. So, thanks for joining me. Thank you for being here with me, and have a great evening.